Yo ninjas and Kaio! Let's see some basic and intermediate windmill exercises. If you will need more help for your windmill, I made a windmill guide. You can find the link in the description. Before starting with these exercises, make sure you can hold a tatar freeze, a side freeze and shoulder freezes for at least 10 to 15 seconds or even more. First exercise, very easy, just to make you understand how to push for the windmill. You start in a tatar freeze position. From here you push your legs backwards and up in this way, and you do a little hop with your hand. Hop, hop. When you do the hop, you don't need to push your hand all the way off the floor. It's almost more like bounces instead of doing hops. I call them hops because you're still hopping a little bit, but you're not completely like in the air when you do them. Second exercise, same thing, but in the side freeze. Side freeze, if it's too hard to stay with your legs wide, stay with your legs crunched like this and do some small hops. Hop, hop, hop. If it's easy for you, try with your legs wide like this. Hop, hop. When you go like this, you hop. Here you hop. Hop, hop. These side freezes hops will be very useful to learn how to side freeze to shoulder freeze. If you have troubles doing side freeze to shoulder freeze, try these hops first. Next exercise, tatar freeze to side freeze. I already showed this exercise in other videos. I show it again because it's very important for the windmill. Most people don't use the side freeze when they do windmill, but they just use the tatar freeze. But try to go from here to here. So try this exercise until it feels easy for you. When you do it, you should start with your elbow like this on the side of your belly button. Do a little hop and then land in this position here with your elbow on the side. If you don't feel comfortable with your elbow stabbed in this way, try to find your own spot. It could be a little bit different for everyone. To figure out which is the right spot for you, I recommend to practice on the wall instead of the floor. So just lay on the wall like this a little bit and try to play with the elbow on different spots until you realize which is the best spot for you. Tatar freeze is next to the belly button here and side freeze is exactly on the side here. Next exercise, side freeze to shoulder freeze. Before doing this one, make sure to master the previous ones. Start from a side freeze like this. If you stab with the right arm like me, you kick the left leg towards your head in this way. When you kick it, you push with your arms in this way and you land on your shoulder. So you have to kick your leg in this way and at the same time push like this with both of your arms. Imagine like you want to push the floor away from you. So push the floor away and land on your shoulder. You don't have to land on the back part of the shoulder here and also not on the front part of the shoulder, but exactly in the middle here. Maybe first you can try with one foot on the floor. So from here you go down like this. Try it a couple times with one foot on the floor from here to here. And then try with both feet up in the air. Kick towards your head and push. Kick and push. If it feels easier for you, you can try with another leg shape. For example, knees bent, like this. And from here, same thing. Kick your legs and at the same time push with your arms. Look at the way I kick my legs. So, as you can see, I'm doing this with my legs. I'm pulling them towards me. Pull your legs towards you and push your arms. Once you got all these exercises, try to play with different combinations of these exercises. Start from a tatar freeze, do a hop, then switch to the side freeze, do another hop, and then from here go to the shoulder freeze, like this. So you can try all these exercises in the same combo. This will really boost your control for the windmill. Next exercise, right shoulder freeze, backspin, if you spin clockwise. Starting from the shoulder freeze here, swing your legs in this way and try to push for a backspin from here. You don't have to spin that much in a backspin. You can also do just half of a round. Even better if you can do one full round, but it's not really necessary. When you do it, even better if you try to maintain your head on the floor the whole time. I show you once more from this perspective. Look at my head right now. Shoulder freeze and backspin. And as you can see, my head is still down on the floor, relaxed. Don't do this with the head. If you cannot do this exercise, it's because you don't swing your legs enough. Or maybe because you don't have a good enough control on your shoulder freeze or on your backspin. So before trying it, make sure you can do a very good backspin and a very stable shoulder freeze. And you can also swing and change the leg's position during the shoulder freeze. Next exercise is the evolution of this exercise, shoulder freeze to backspin to shoulder freeze on the other side. From here, swing your legs, backspin and push and reach a shoulder freeze. If it's too hard for you, you can just try an easier version of this exercise without the spin. So without spinning, you start from your back. From your back you push to the shoulder freeze and you go back down, maintaining the head on the floor the whole time. Stay relaxed with your neck. And from here, you kick up again and you go down, stay with the head on the floor. Kick up and kick down. Kick up and relax down. After you master this static exercise, try to add the backspin and try to add the momentum with your legs. I'm gonna show you once more. Shoulder freeze, swing your legs from here. So swing, backspin and push and shoulder freeze again. You can arrive in the shoulder freeze with which leg shape you want. So you can be with your legs completely straight, like this. You can bend them a little bit, you can bend them more. This is up to you. The important thing is that you reach the shoulder freeze on both sides. To learn this move as efficiently as possible, you have to follow a specific plan or method, and not just practice the move randomly or following too many different tutorials. Because they all give you different information, and the training process could be a little confusing. The courses that I have created collect all the information that is very useful and structure it very clearly to make power moves easy for everyone. They also provide a training plan and some extra tips and concepts. Last important exercise, left shoulder freeze if you spin clockwise like me, to right tara freeze. I already showed this exercise in other videos, but this is very important as well, so I'm gonna show you and teach you again. From the left shoulder freeze, if you spin clockwise, you wanna push your legs up and even arch them backwards a little bit. After pushing, you're gonna lean on the tara freeze. So from here, push and lean on the tara freeze, turn your head and place your other arm, the left arm, correctly. I'm gonna show you from this side. So from here, push and lean and turn the head and place the left hand correctly. If this one is too hard for you, do it with only one leg in the air and the other foot down on the floor. So in my case, left foot on the floor. From here, bend and turn. And when you feel comfortable, try to stay with both feet up in the air. Now, again, once you master all these exercises, try to put them together in some combos and try to play with them. I'm gonna show you an example again. Now, there are some extra exercises that you could learn to make the windmill even easier. They are not really necessary, so you don't have to learn them, but if you do, you're gonna have more strength and power to push from your freeze to your back. The first one is the side freeze to headstand. From the side freeze, you can bend your knees, and from here, push your knees and your legs up and reach a headstand. So, push and reach the headstand, and go back to the side freeze. Try this one only if you mastered the previous ones, because this one requires a little bit more strength and control, and also a good control over the headstand. So if you can push to do a side freeze to headstand, you surely have enough power to push for a windmill. Another one very similar, side freeze to headstand but with your elbow on the floor like this. The push of the arm will be more similar to a windmill. Same thing as the previous one, push with your knees and go to your elbow and reach the side freeze again. Be careful about your shirt. If it's too long, put it like this. Just a few ideas for other exercise that will make you understand how to push from your back up to the side freeze again. The first one is the kick up, because when we are in a backspin or windmill position like this, we have to bounce our legs up to reach the side freeze again. We have to do this movement. If you can do a kick up, you have enough power to also do a windmill. So make sure you learn this one. Another exercise to make you understand how to push your legs up, the hopped backspin. So you do a backspin without the head on the floor this time. So this time It's not a windmill, don't relax your head down on the floor like this, but stay up. You're gonna pull your knees towards your chest and do some small hops in the backspin, like this. Maybe just 1 or 2 hops, just to make you understand how to bounce your knees up for a windmill. Backspin, hop, hop. You don't really have to hop away from the floor, you don't have to hop so much. If you can do it, even better, it means you have enough strength and power to really push yourself up, but it's not really necessary. In the windmill, we are not jumping, we are just bouncing a little bit. So you just have to pretend to hop, but it's more like a bounce. And last one, I don't know how it's called, it's kind of like a coin drop, but by using your hand on the floor. You can start from backspin, or you can also start from a windmill, so from a tower freeze or side freeze. You're gonna do a backspin, like this. From here, you're gonna place the right hand kind of like in the same position as a shoulder freeze. In this way, you're gonna push with the right arm strong, like this, kind of like doing a push-up. When the left shoulder lifts up in the air, in this way, you're gonna place the left hand here. So you're gonna push first with the right hand to lift yourself up a little bit, and then you're gonna place the left hand here, and you're gonna complete the push. And at the same time, you're gonna bounce your legs up and get back to your feet. Like this. By the way, if you need some breaking shoes, I really recommend these ones. You can find different models and colors. If you use my link in the description, you will have a discount on them. If you will need more help for your windmill, check out the windmill guide that I made. And see you next time with a new tutorial. Yo ninjas!